What is up, my furry amigos? Welcome back to the channel for another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies Guide in 2025. Today what I have for you guys is going to be all 4 elemental ray gun upgrades on Alpha Omega. Now, to start this quest, the first thing you're going to need is definitely going to be the teleporter and the Ray Gun Mark II kit. If you don't know how to build both of those, I'll leave a link to that video in the description. The second thing you're going to need is Pack-a-Punch open. If you don't know how to do that, I'll leave a link to that video. Once you have Pack-a-Punch opened up, you need to go ahead and flip the round and talk to Rushmore. Initiating Rushmore will give you access to type in codes. For the first step of the Ray Gun Mark II kit, we're definitely going to need the Ray Gun Mark II frame. For the frame, there are a total of 4 televisions around the map. One will turn on at random. Your goal is to find each television one at a time and activate them. When they activate them all, you'll get a code. Now for the TVs, the first one I got in game was the one in front of the entrance to Camp Edward in Nuketown. Your goal to charge these is simply hold X on these TVs and charge them with zombie souls. Each TV takes 6 souls. For my first TV, I got the number of 5, so I made a mental note of that number. The second one I found was behind the yellow house backyard. Right here on this table, go ahead and get the zombie souls. My code number was 6. Next one I found was an APD control to the left of the buildable table. You're going to see it right here. My number was 8 once I got all the souls. And then for the last one, it was the one in the diner right across from the perk. You're going to see it there. I went ahead and killed dogs to charge this one. When that charged up, I got the number 4. So what I did is I went all the way up to Rushmore's code puncher, and I typed the numbers 5, 6, 8, 4 in the order I did these in. Remember, the order you do the TVs in is the order you need to type in the code. But when I typed that in and hit enter, behind me the Ray Gun Mark II frames were unlocked. Now we're going to start with the difficult part, getting our frames upgraded. To upgrade a frame, you first need to pack-punch your gun to get an alternate ammo type. When you get an alternate ammo type, you need to look for a canister. The first one I got in game was Kilowatt. Now for Kilowatt, all your panels are going to be in the generators. They're going to be sparking electricity once you find them. Also, these will not spawn in until you pick up the frames. So you can't prematurely get the canisters before you get the frames. So for the spawns for Kilowatt, the first one's on the right side of the generator's entrance. From the beds, you're going to see it there on the left. The next one, you go forward and take a left until you pass the Maddox, and when you look left, your spot's going to be on the right generator there. And then the third one, you go all the way up to the tonic perk. It's going to be to the left on the right-hand side there. When you find your sparking panel, you need to shoot it with the Kilowatt specifically to reveal the canister. Now what's going to happen, Rushmore should say, quote, it needs more power for that. And then there are going to be 5 light poles on the top half of the map that need to be shot with Kilowatt. The first 2 are behind the greenhouse and transfusion facility, and the last 3 are in the center of Nuketown. To find these, you need to shoot one at a time. Only one will spawn in at a time. What you're looking for is a yellow spark on top of a light pole. So shoot the light pole with Kilowatt once you see that spark. Also with these, there's going to be a little sound to them. Let's take a listen. Sounds like an electric transformer, no? That's good. I mean, whenever you get yours that you need, you will hear that distinct sound. So first 2 I found were actually in the back house. And then the next 3 were all in Nuketown Square. Once I shot all 5, you should see electricity surging through all of them, and they will point to a transformer box right in front of the yellow house. You then need to place the canister in the transformer to spawn in a circle. This big circle is a soul box. The way this works, you can kill zombies from anywhere, but you need to stand inside the circle. That's how it works. I don't know the exact number. I think it's about 15 to 20, but when it charges, the circle will go away and you'll be able to pick up the amplified ammo. Now, with the Ray Gun Mark II kit built, you can go into the top of Rushmore's house and hold X when you have a frame in hand to get the Ray Gun Mark II, I think it's Z. This is the electric one. When you shoot it, it's an infinite beam of electricity. You will run out of ammo over time, but if you stop firing, the ammo will also recharge. It's definitely the strongest ray gun on this list. For the next one, I got Brain Rot. Now, Brain Rot is a bit of an interesting one. This one does require the teleporter. For Brain Rot, the canister can spawn at 1 of 3 spots. In the back house of the greenhouse, let me say that again. The backyard of the greenhouse, This is where I found it in my game, in the central cul-de-sac area, right on the right close to the brew perk, and then finally in the backyard of the yellow house. You're looking for a pile of dirt that's going to be smoking green. What needs to happen is that you need to activate Brain Rot next to the pile. It cannot be too far, or else the zombies will not go after the dig pile once you activate Brain Rot. As you see here, I tried it on a jolting jack and it was way too far. I had to wait like a round and a half before I got another one to activate. When it does activate, the zombie will dig, revealing the canister. The moment you hold interaction with the canister, a yellow orb is going to spawn with the canister and steal it from you. You need to follow it. The first one I found went to the teleporter in the yellow house. So what happened is I placed the teleporter pad down on that one, and I needed to shoot the orb to get it to go away. Then you need to find it a second time. The second time, it can teleport anywhere, in the bunker section or in the top half of the map. There are a total of 10 teleporters to find. I found mine in the backyard of the greenhouse. So I went ahead and placed the teleporter down again, shot the orb again, but I followed it. You have to follow it. And once you follow it through the teleporter, it'll give up and it'll go to where it needs to go to activate the soul box. When this happens, you need to go to the storage area and it'll be there all the time once the step is done. And then you can start your soul box. Now with the Brain Rot ray gun, it's a little bit of a weird one. It has low ammo, but that's just because of the power of each shot. If you shoot a shot of the ray gun on the floor, it'll kill like a small horde of zombies. If you hold the fire button to charge a charge shot, it'll explode on impact, killing a horde of zombies. But the trade-off is it'll take all of your ammo. This works the same way when you pack-a-punch it. If you pack-a-punch it, you go from 3 to 6, and then the area of effect for how many zombies it'll kill is larger. It's very good to use, satisfying, honestly, but the issue just lies in the ammo. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the third ray gun, which in my game I got Cryo Freeze. For Cryo Freeze, the canister can be found in one of 3 spots. The first one's going to be in the 2 office cabinets just right next to each other. One of them is in the room with Rushmore, right here where you find a shield piece. The second one is in the prisoner holding right here in this set of like 9 cabinets. The third one, I believe it's either transfusion facility or APD interrogation. One of those 2 rooms, it'll have a desk. You're going to see it here. When you find your cabinet, or find your desk drawer really, shoot it open with Cryo Freeze and then grab the canister. Rushmore states something about scientists, worked on that one, blah blah blah. What we need to do is find 3 scientists, quote unquote, in the basement section of the map. They're going to be walking really slowly and they're going to be emitting blue. Your goal is to shoot them with Cryo Freeze and punch them. The problem is the bayonet and the stiletto will not work. It'll just kind of feel like a tickle to them. You need to punch them with the actual knife. And when that happens, the zombie will drop goop. Yes, it's as gross as it sounds. You need to pick up the goop. Do this for 3 different zombies that are glowing blue. Once you pick up all 3 sets of goop, you need to take your canister to APD control. There's going to be a broken canister of element 115 you can place your canister in, and when that happens, the soul box will form. Once the soul box is done, you can build this one, and this one is the fully automatic ray gun. The issue is when you pack punch it, because when you pack punch it, it becomes akimbo. The issue with akimbo is that it has a shared weapon pool, and it really sucks. So they have like 300 bullets. Sure, that might be good for an automatic pack punch, but the problem is you have 2 of them that share that weapon pool, and it's really, really bad for that reason. Even though it's quite strong, it's really bad with ammo. Completely bad with ammo. And then for the last one, I got Firebomb. Now, Firebomb is definitely the hardest one to get. For the canister, it's spawned in one of 3 spots. The first one's going to be in the lounge. It's this one close to the entrance. You're going to see it here. The second one is going to be in the yellow house kitchen. You're going to see it right there on the far right, close to the back door. And the third one's in the greenhouse. It's on the far left, close to the zombie barricade. Shoot it open with your firebomb. And then what we're looking for is now a chimney. There are 3 total chimneys that can spawn in. The first one is the yellow house. The second one is Rushmore's house. And then the third one is the transfusion facility. Rushmore says you need to get a good fire to heat up your ammo canister. The problem is it is a grenade toss. Yes, you heard me right. a grenade toss. Luckily, I took the time to test every single chimney for you guys. I even have footage so you can see what I'm doing for you. For the first one is the yellow house. This is by far the easiest one. And as for clarity, I am using wraith fires, so any grenade is possible. For the yellow house, you need to stand right in front of the chimney here. Look down on the ground until you align your feet with a piece of wood on the floor. Once that happens, look straight up towards the chimney, aim your crosshair slightly above the chimney when you're holding your grenade out, and just throw. It will fall right into the chimney. For the second one, it's going to be the Rushmore house. Now for this one, you need to stand in the front yard of the prisoner holding. Go behind the fence line until you align yourself with the chimney. Make sure you cook your grenade and look straight at the chimney and aim up. Now, you'll notice the gutter right here above you. You don't want to hit the gutter. What we need to do is aim slightly below it and align yourself to centered with this little rectangle here. Kind of hard to describe a rectangle, but it's just a slot between the two physical objects. Once that happens, go ahead and throw your grenade. You should get it every time. Now for the transfusion facility, this one is definitely the hardest out of the three. What we need to do is first stand on the balcony of the greenhouse. And you need to stand on the edge of the far right side. What we need to do now is align our crosshairs with the center of the chimney, then aim straight up. This is the tough part. I'm going to describe it the best I can for you. You can't just simply throw it across the roof. It's going to land right for the chimney. Your goal is to align the bottom hair of your crosshair with the light pole from the kilowatt upgrade quest. Once that happens, aim slightly more up, just slightly though, and then you should get it. This will take a bit of practice. I think it took me 3 tries to get it in for this recording in particular. But when that happens, Rushmore will say, "Great job." Now heat up the ammo canister. And then when you go into the base of the chimney for that house, place the canister in the chimney, and then you can start the soul box. Now, when you build your ray gun after you completed the soul box, this is the same as Shattered Veil, is the original Shatter Cap. It's really, really solid. I think it's up there as one of the better ones for ammo conservation, just like the electric one is. But that is all 4 elemental upgraded ray guns on Alpha Omega. Thank you for watching, and peace out.